Hi everyone, this is Nick in the Pankow group in SER316 in spring of 2017. So let's go ahead and just get right to it. We're going to show you the different things that we added here into this sprint. So the first thing we did was changed over a lot of the stuff in the events pane from Spanish into English. So if we click on these dialogues here, you can see that Anoop went ahead and updated all the dialogue to be in English instead of Spanish. Kind of a minor change, but a nice quality of life one. So the next thing that we added here was a category to our tasks to have them correspond to the different phases of the PSP. You can see here, you can sort by the category. If we go ahead and add a new one, you can see in the category in the drop-down, we have the different phases of the PSP listed here. I'll just go ahead and do a quick test, show you how it works. It just works like adding any other task, so we'll go ahead and select, say, planning for this one. And you can see it adds in planning right there. And again, we can sort it. And Karen went ahead and set that up for us. And yeah, so moving on to the next part of it is the PSP project summary page, which Carlos and myself went ahead and worked on. And what we have is the recreation of the PSP summary page. We have estimated time, actual time, estimated defects, and the defects injected. The nice thing about this is this automatically is populated based on the other forms that exist in the project. So if we go over to the tracking, you can see I have 15 minutes in test, 285 minutes in test, 18 minutes in planning, 15 in compile, 10 in postmortem. Jumping over to the summary page, it actually automatically fills out those different phases of the PSP process and then totals up the time here. Does the same thing with the defects injected, so jumping over the defects log, looking at the table, we see these 5 different errors here in their different phases, and and they again correspond right over here and totals them up down here at the bottom. The other nice thing is you don't have to do any math to figure out your lines of code per hour or your defects per 1,000 lines of code. You just enter the total number of lines of code of your project, hit enter, or just change it, and it automatically does the math for you and tells you how many errors per 1,000 lines of code and how many locks per hour based on the actual time and the lines of code and the defects injected for the defects per 1,000 lines of code. The other nice feature that we implemented here was the PSP process script. So this was something that TJ and William went ahead and implemented. And so we have basically a recreation of the PSP script. We have the entry and exit criteria, just like you have in the PSP process script. And all you have to do is check these different boxes here to say which sections you've completed. The really nice thing about this is if, oh, I'm not sure if I actually did complete a site estimated sheet. So you can click on one of those links there and it will take you directly over to that part of the project. And that works the same way for all these different links here. Oh, the other nice thing I forgot to mention was in the tasks thing, we had a desire to create a report of all the tasks that exist here. So if we click on this create new report, it takes all of these tasks and their due dates and populates them into a table here. So you can take a look at those. We actually are looking at expanding this to include the category as well as to export into some different file types, CSV or what have you. We're not sure if we'll be able to get to that, but it is something that we had planned out in the future. So that's the actual features that we implemented. If we tie those into the user stories in Taiga that we added into our sprint backlog, as developer, I would like the events page to be represented in English. I showed you there how we went ahead and changed all that dialogue over to English. Going up, I would like to have a project summary form. Again, you saw the project summary form here that shows all the different parts of the process and their respective time and defects. As a developer, I would like to be able to see my time and error estimates. Again, you have your estimated time and estimated defects from calculated from previous projects as a running average, implemented by Carlos there. As a developer, I want to be able to jump from the script to the different sections of the PSP process. And as a developer, I want to be able to view the PSP script on a new project. Again, Tony and William implemented that, and I showed you that there before, being able to go to the different sections of the project. And as a student, I would like to be able to assign the tasks to categories. Again, you saw the category that Karen designed there. Right here, being able to sort with it. And last but certainly not least, I'd like to be able to generate a report of all of my active tasks. So you saw that generate report button. So that's what we've got, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.